The caliber of acting, I think, is probably top notch.
So glad that Wichita has such a wealth of talent.
You all make each of us feel like VIPs.
Don't miss a show at the Forum.
Hello, everyone. It has been 10 years since we started at the building on South Hillside, and what a glorious 10 years it has been. It's been a decade of beautiful shows and cherished memories of friendships with actors and artists and you, our audience. Serving you and the Wichita community is our mission. Enriching your lives through the performing arts is our passion. We hope you will enjoy this retrospective, remember the journey of the past 10 years, and then recommit yourself to the next 10. Thank you for being a valued partner in our history. Enjoy.
In September of 2011, Tony-nominated actor in Wichita Carla Burns would star in the musical comedy A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. It would mark the beginning of the Forum Theater, housed in a beautifully renovated old church on South Hillside. The first year would be remembered for the creation of Paul Jackson and Conrad Jestmore's original version of the Christmas Carol, followed by the jazz sounds of Fats Waller's musical Ain't Misbehavin'. The inaugural year embodied the goals and values that are the Forum Theater. Tell a story that speaks to the heart and soul of its audience. Demand quality. Promote diversity and inclusion. Create a home for working actors. And welcome the audience to become part of the Forum family. Not just passive viewers, but active members.
When we walk into the door, just the two of us or with 14 of our regular friends now, you all make each of us feel like VIPs, everyone. Everybody who comes in feels welcome, they feel suddenly like family, and we appreciate that.
The caliber of acting, I think, is probably top notch, one of the best that we've got here in Wichita. And we have I believe, a great theater scene in Wichita. I love the intimacy.
We've lived here 50 years, and I love live theater, so I've seen lots of theater in those years, and so glad that Wichita has such a wealth of talent, and you're taking advantage of these very professional people that live here.
3 years later, the Forum would move to a new home and incorporate as a not-for-profit, with Paul Jackson as the first board president, Catherine Page Hopman as the founding producing artistic director, and Aaron Proffitt as associate producer, supported by a company of talented actors and artists. It was and continues to be a combination that inspires and defines the Forum.
Kathy and I, we go back to the early 90s, so we know how to work with each other, and we've worked with each other for years. So moving into that position was not that difficult. We had a great board. I loved every minute of it. I really enjoyed working with that board and the shows that we put on. And obviously, my life a few years ago took a different change, and I have not been able to perform as much as I want to, but I still keep my hand in there with Christmas Carol as we add a song every year.
The first thing I saw when I came back to Wichita, and I think it might have been the first show when I came back to Wichita, was Barrymore. And that just blew my socks off. Ray Wills is incredible. And I thought, wow, they're doing really good theater at the Forum. And then I kept coming back. And every time I came back, I was surprised and delighted.
Yeah, I grew up here, and then I went off and made my career as an actor in New York City for 25 years. When I came home, Kathy invited me to work for the Forum, and the first show I did was a one-man show called Give 'Em Hell Harry. And over the years, we've done so many good shows together here. I think about Man of La Mancha and Driving Miss Daisy, and Wait Until Dark, and so many other wonderful shows that we've done here, and that's what's been so great about working at the Forum.
The Forum is this family, and there is this feeling that when we close a show on Sunday, there's a profound sadness, and I prepare myself for it on Monday, when I realize that I'm not going to get to see those people on a daily basis. This feeling comes back when you start another show. You see so many familiar faces and you're getting ready to start this journey with them.
Selecting seasons that engage, entertain, and challenge the audience is part of the Forum mission. Each season is carefully put together to include world premieres such as the Christmas Letters presented in 2016 to mark the move to the Forum's new home at the Wilkie Center, regional premieres such as Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and contemporary musicals Hands on a Hard Body, Bonnie and Clyde, and First Date.
I know that I have issues, I face them, I swear. Think I overcome them, then turn, they're still there. I wish that I was different, I'd like to let go. But when I try to change, there's my past saying no. Maybe it's all 'cause of Dad, his new kids, his new wife. Or why not just blame Mom, who's been nuts my whole life? When you felt so alone since the moment of birth, and you struggle to find your own true sense of worth, and it seems there is no one across this whole earth to depend upon, you carry on just like you always do. 'Cause it's safer to rely on you. Oh, it's safer to rely on you.
My favorite shows I've done here are the shows I've done the most work for. Casey in First Date was a much beloved role. Another role that was super fun was playing Bella in Desperate Measures. I love working for the Forum because you guys do shows that have meaning. It's not just like make people laugh. There's always like a purpose behind the shows that you pick and a message that you want portrayed. And I really respect that, and I love being a part of whatever you guys are doing here. So.
As I keep on spinning around and around, and I look at the people who've worked it all out, and I wonder why I'm still this bundle of doubt. Sometimes I wanna just stand up and shout, just commit and deal with it before your life flies by. Don't let your life fly by. But is it safer? Maybe it's safer if I don't try.
The one that I was surprised about that I enjoyed was Bonnie and Clyde. I've never been a fan of Bonnie and Clyde, but finding that show here in this space made me a fan of it. It made me fall in love with the show, and the whole artistic aspect of the design and how it came together of these two young lovers who were trying to find a place and found it through crime and found it through the grit and grime and filth of this world really made me fall in love with the show.
Give you fair warning, he's no bed of roses, sweet Bonnie. I can't see him finding the time to raise children, hell no. He's wild and he's reckless, nothing but trouble. You're better without him. You think hard, sweet Bonnie, and then you should think once again. We both know you can do better than him. You deserve someone who's there all the time, someone who thinks crime don't pay. I still see the snowy white dress that you wore, yep, playing the angel in some dumb school play. For a while I thought that you would fly.
got to be Bonnie and Clyde. That was a challenge to me sent by the Forum to find my dramatic side and really let me dig in deep to this character and find out about a historical character and really get nitty-gritty with something that tapped into me emotionally and let me just feel everything on stage.
I like performing for the Forum because I feel like the type of shows that you pick each year to do is something that we don't get to see often in Wichita. And I think we get to explore different subjects and themes and characters and kind of step outside the box a little bit.
Ain't no car too smart for me, got the whole thing figured out. Two-door, hardtop Model T, limousine or runabout. Get me behind the wheel and stand well back like a Cracker Jack. I'll get your heart pumping.
Ain't no car that you can't drive, I would bet my life on that. Hot rod, four-wheel pickup truck, 40 miles and nothing flat.
Ain't nothing better than to drive through town with the windows down. Watch the old folk jumping. When I drive, I'm in love, I'm alive. And I forget about everything I hate. When I drive, I can reach 65. I won't pay the law no mind, they'll always be behind. And then that just feels great.
Hey look, there's danger up ahead, here comes a curve.
Would you stop tugging at my sleeve? Just hold your nerve. Give me a full tank and an open road and watch me explode. Look at me, I'm driving. When I drive, I'm in love, I'm alive. And I forget about everything I hate.
When you drive, time just flies when you drive. We are the heroes who the people look up to. And man, that just feels great.
I can float, I can fly, I can live.
This is how I wanna live, I wanna die.
I'm in love, I'm alive when I
In 2019, the Forum Theater received the rights to produce Sheer Madness, the world's longest-running interactive comedy. Complex and challenging to put together, it required special training for the director in Washington, D.C., a working salon with running water on stage, multiple endings that changed every performance, and sharp improvisational skills. With a superb cast, the show ran for 5 weeks and played to full houses. It was one of many comedies that marked the Forum's history.
I knew the quality of the shows, and when I was getting ready to plan a theater event, I picked Boeing, which I thought was, a fun show for an alumni group. I knew what good quality theater this was, and it was fun to introduce new people that maybe hadn't been here before.
The mission of the Forum Theater includes an educational component. One of the most significant programs added 4 years ago was the addition of the reinvented Words and Music series. The series showcases the historical and cultural contributions of a significant artist or composer in a unique combination of narrative and song. It's simply produced with a small cast and narrator, with the audience seated at tables, enjoying the Forum's famous desserts by Mari.
You must understand, though the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. that it's only the thrill. Boy meeting girl, opposites attract, is physical, only logical. You must try to ignore, it means more than that. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? May seem to you that I'm acting confused when you're close to me. If I tend to look dazed, I read it someplace, I've got cause to be. There's a name for it, there's a phrase that fits. But whatever the reason, do it for me. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken?
My most favorite one was the Aretha Franklin memorial for her. I grew up on that music of Motown sound. The performance was wonderful. The music was wonderful.
And I loved that show. I love the Aretha Franklin words and music.
From its beginning, the Forum made a conscious effort to be inclusive and to reflect the diversity of the community. Not only do you see it on stage, but you see it in the audience and behind the scenes, where a diverse management team is involved in the daily decisions and long-term planning.
One of my biggest accomplishments in leadership at the Forum has been the shows like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, The Royale, shows that bring our community together, that display people of color in a positive light, that tell our story as African Americans, and looking out into the audience and seeing, what our world is today.
The Royale, that was wonderful. It was wonderful because, number one, I always thought Aaron was such a handsome guy. He transformed his whole body. It didn't look like the same person.
So I did 6 months of training, 5 days a week inside the gym. I went from 175 to about 200 in 6 months.
You all, as the Forum Theater, you all meant it when we saying you're gonna come here and it's not gonna be just one culture, and you guys have proven it. And you're gonna see people you know, or you're gonna see people that look like you.
As we look back over the past 10 years, there have been many special moments. The big ones are easy to identify. The small ones are sometimes hidden. Shows like Pump Boys and Dinettes, a simple down-home show that made you feel warm and fuzzy. The surprise audience reaction to Life Could Be a Dream. On the surface, a jukebox musical, but beneath, a charming show of finding your courage. And the thrilling revivals of Wait Until Dark and Man of La Mancha, with performances that rivaled any we've seen.
The day we walked in for the very first rehearsal was the day that Mitch Lee, the composer of all that music, had passed away. And so we started our work on Man of La Mancha kind of with that idea of mortality. That show, that quest, is difficult. By the time we got where we were going, it was a beautiful, beautiful thing.
And among staff favorites was The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, a Western that included racial tension, conflict, a friendship that lasted beyond the grave, and a love that survived the best and the worst that life had to offer.
The one that sticks out probably the most is The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. I love it that you have such a variety. You have your musicals, you have your variety shows, and then you have the serious plays. And I think it just kind of captures the depth of the actors that you have here. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, I thought, was just phenomenal.
Memphis fulfilled all of the Forum's goals. It brought together a diverse cast and a diverse audience. It brought community together in every way possible.
I loved Memphis. That one just got me, wiggling in my seat. I liked it so much.
It was Memphis. I just thought that was the most incredible production with, I don't know, maybe 20 people on the stage, so many. It was just huge and such incredible talent. And I liked it so much that I took great pride in spreading the word to absolutely everybody that I thought needed to see this show.
Some got chances, some got choices, some got freedom in these states. Colored women got few chances, got few choices on their plate. Mama told me there are limits for dark-skinned girl stuck in this light-skinned world. Once in a while, I lose myself in dreams. Silly girl, full of silly schemes. There comes along a man whose skin is white and pale, a shiny fool, full of shiny tales. He said he make the people hear me. He forced this world to finally see me. Well, he's a lot like every other man. Our Lord, could he somehow help to free me? Mama told me not to dream big, but Mama lived her life running scared. I'm stronger and I fight longer. I do what Mama never even dared. Colored women with few chances have to do what she must do. I will make my colored dream come true. For this is one colored woman who will color her life. Her
I tell you what, I was pretty sure I didn't need to see A Christmas Carol ever again. I've seen many, many versions all over the country. I've seen TV versions with Three's Company and the Flintstones and everybody else, and I thought, I don't need to see another Christmas Carol. And then I found out that Sean Michael Morris was playing Ebenezer Scrooge, and I thought, okay, one more. And then I came and I saw it, and it was magical. He played that character like I've never seen it before. The entire cast was real and invested in the whole play and the whole storytelling, and it just struck me in a different way than I'd seen it before. And for crying out loud, he made me weep in the first act, and then the second act I was just stunned. So I am never gonna say never again, and I just appreciate the new light that showed up on A Christmas Carol and how that story gets told. So, thank you.
Driving Miss Daisy, I saw it 4 times. A show where you can laugh and cry. You didn't need all the elaborate scenery, although you do have it here. You didn't need it for Driving Miss Daisy because the performances touched your soul. You can tell, even now.
Theater is important to our lives. It brings people together as artists and audience to share stories that bind us together as humans. The art form brings together the visual arts, music, dance, and storytelling, and that is a powerful combination. The Forum tells stories with artistry, creativity, and attention to detail in every aspect, from design to execution to performance. The strength of the organization is that the entire staff and the company of actors share that ideal. It's no easy feat, and the work is hard, sometimes harder than others, but the reward is great in watching an audience experience the fruits of our labor. Nonprofit theater can't survive without additional donated funds. It's a costly enterprise, any way you look at it. License fees, theater rental, artist salaries, material, publicity.
Whoever's watching this, if you got an extra couple bucks, support the arts, support the Forum.
The arts, and I think that really defines a society, for one thing. And if we don't support the arts in as many ways as we can, and of course, not just attending, but knowing that they're going to need some additional funding in order to keep the business going, if you will.
I just think it's very important to have your theater, and I'm honored to be able to help in what way I can.
This year, as we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, your support is especially needed. If you are able to support the Forum, please go to our website, make a donation, buy your season tickets, support the artists and the theater that you love. You are building a better theater and a better community. Thank you for being a part of our 10th year retrospective. We are so eager to begin our journey on the next 10 years.
If you want my loving, if you really do, hey, don't be afraid, baby, just ask me. I know I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, I do declare that I wanna see you with me. Stretch out your arm, little boy, you're gonna get it, 'cause I love you. Baby, 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 I love you. And ain't no doubt about it, baby, I love you. Baby, 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 I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you, baby, I love you. If you think you wanna kiss me, go ahead, I don't mind. Hey, all you gotta do is snap your fingers and I come running to you. I ain't lying, I ain't lying. Oh, I do declare that I wanna see you with me. Stretch out your arm, little boy, you're gonna get it, 'cause I love you. love you.